What would you say are the biggest misconceptions about LGBTQ issues, either in how widespread they are, or in how damaging they are? I'm just gonna list some. Just, no intro here, I'm just have some misconceptions. Just have them. Number 1. Gay man equals femme. In the media, gay men are often portrayed as femme, lisping, sashaying queens. Although this is changing with shows like Brooklyn Nine-Nine, among others. This feeds the stereotype that gay men aren't real men, that they're sissies and pushovers and so on, and this stereotype leads to bullying and attacking men who appear less than utterly masculine, and that's just bullshit. Number 2. Gay men are pathologically promiscuous. All gay men must want sex with all other men at all times. They just want to fuck. They just want, that's all there is to them. That's just sex, 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 that's it. Done. We're good. We're out. Obviously, this isn't true. Gay men, and all LGBTQ plus folks, are just people. And yeah, like anyone, sex can be a part of their lives. But just because a gay man is sharing a changing room with you, it doesn't mean he's automatically gonna look at your junk and want to get all up on that. Like how egotistical are you that you think that? Like, Number 3. All lesbian relationships will eventually become asexual. This is also often called lesbian bed death. I have no idea where the stereotype comes from. I honestly, I don't know. Someone tell me where this comes from. Because it's, but it's visible in the idea that lesbians just eventually settle down and have 3 million cats and just wear Birkenstocks and go to folk music festivals. That's all they do with their lives. They don't do anything else. That's it. I don't know if people think this is because they just can't figure out how lesbian sex works, which is just sad. That's sad. That's truly sad. Or what? But geez, I know more heterosexual relationships that end like that than I do queer ones. Like the number of, yeah. Isn't that the plot of like 16 sitcoms? Like, man and woman in completely asexual relationship, man wants sex all the time, but woman won't give it to him because he's become fat and lazy. Isn't that, I'm pretty sure there are at least a few sitcoms like that. Number 4. Conflation of trans and drag. This one is actually a really serious one. I'm gonna be goofy still because I'm being goofy today, but it's really serious. Because it means that some folks don't know what their options are, or they think that in order to be trans, they have to be camp and flashy and wearing all the yeah. They don't. Just be yourself. But it also plays into this gay man equals femme thing I mentioned earlier. And it's 10 times worse. Because it can destroy us. Because, you know, it makes us even more visible. And it means people will kill us! I'm not even kidding right now! Trans youth die at a ridiculously higher rate from abuse and suicide than anyone else. Especially when they are also really visibly queer, like they dress flamboyantly. People will bully them and attack them and kill them, and it's all because of this. Because no matter what they are, they're freaks. Some trans folks do drag. Some drag queens and kings come out later on as trans. That's correlation and not anything else. Number 5. Non-binary genders are just something that kids say they are because they want to feel special. Or, number 5. Non-binary genders are just something that Tumblr made up. No. Here, I've written this misconception a haiku. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. There have been non-binary genders and identities throughout history. And the world. Two-spirit identities within North America have an element of this. Hijra identities in India. Katoi in Thailand. Just Google it! Non-binary identities. Wikipedia has a great page on this. Why can't people just Google? Number 6. Queer folks always pair butch femme. This one is usually leveled against lesbians, and accompanied by the question, so who's the man? I've included a link in the description to comedian Mae Martin's stand-up about being gay and being asked this question. It is phenomenal. Watch the thing. But the whole butch femme who's the man thing is just like thrusting straightness onto queer folks. Like, no, I know you're queer, but you can't be queer. How are you straight? In what ways are you straight? Show me your straightness. We're not straight, we're queer. What don't you get about this queer thing? Lesbians like other women. They don't like men. Why would any of them be... But then there's a second dimension of this, where if you are butch, you're asked why you don't dress like a girl. Or, if you're a femme and you're with a butch, why are you with someone who looks like a man if you're into women? We just can't win, can we? I've also included a link to a video about Heart about just this. And number 7. Perhaps the biggest and most egregious misconception, bisexuals don't exist! There's this huge trend for people to act like bisexuals in different gender relationships are just straight, and those in same-gender relationships are just gay. Like, they have to choose. You are one or the other. You are in a binary state of being. Either you are straight or you are gay. You are never between them. No, we are not zeros and ones. We are the bright colors that the zeros and ones make appear on our computer screens, okay? Or people say that coming out as bi is just one step into coming out as gay. No. How about, instead of limiting people, we accept what they tell us and what they feel about themselves, and we just accept the words that they use for themselves, because really, we don't know what's going on inside their heads, because we're not in their heads. We don't know who they love. So just stop. Stop that. Stop limiting people. I see you limiting them. I see you doing it. Don't think I don't. Number 8. All gay men are pedophiles. No. If you really want statistics, the statistics are that there are more pedophiles who are adult men interested in young girls than there are adult men who are interested in young boys. Period. And never mind that the circle of adult men interested in young boys and the circle of gay men do not overlap. No, those are not overlapping things. Pedophiles are not interested in other men, they're interested in young children, whether that's boys or girls. That's different. Period. I can't believe I have to tell you people this. Number 9. Trans women just want to get into women's bathrooms and look up their skirts. Or something. I honestly don't know what the logic behind this one is. Like, I honestly have no idea. Because in order to make this stereotype misconception thing make any sense, someone has to think that someone else's idea of a good time is dressing and living in a gender they don't identify with, on the off chance that when they next go into a public washroom for that gender, that they might get a look at someone else's genitals. Okay, even if someone was going into women's washrooms to get a look at people's genitals, that's not the place you do it. They're made of stalls. It's not like a men's washroom where they're all urinals and you can get a glimpse of dick if you don't mean to. Women's washrooms are stalls. They have doors. You'd have to like, And in that case, you're a pervert anyways. I honestly do not know where some people get these ideas from. Trans women, like other women, like men, like everyone else in the world, want to be able to, when they are out in public, use the public restrooms. Because when you gotta pee, you gotta pee. That's it. That's it. That's all all the really horrible misconceptions I could think of before I had to film this video. If you can think of any others, or have any other really great arguments against the ones I posted here, especially since a lot of my arguments just consisted of no, please post them in comments. If you have any other ideas about, you know, any of this, just talk about it, people. Because the more people talk about this, the more we can clear the air about all this stuff. Because, I mean, seriously, how do they get these ideas? Am I on 4? I'm on 4, aren't I?